Those fingers in my hair that slide, come hither stare, that strips my conscience bare. It's witchcraft, and I've got no defense for it. The heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? 'Cause it's witchcraft, wicked witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch, but one that I wouldn't switch. 'Cause there's no nicer witch than me. It's witchcraft, that crazy witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch, but one that I wouldn't switch. 'Cause there's no nicer witch than me. Da-da-da.
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town,
To feel-good stories and messages of hope.
a few jokes and live calling,
Highlighting local businesses.
discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994 844-995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From App Media Production Studio, it's
The Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Witchcraft. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I like that. I kind of
to
feel like
the-
we're getting ready for
welcome
Halloween.
Welcome to the morning show. What are you talking about?
Smell this.
Ooh.
It smells nice. Makes you. I guess not. Happy Monday to you. Bro. Morning, morning, morning to you.
Morning to you. How was your weekend?
Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to our morning show. My weekend was beautiful outside. It was terrific. I got to do my things on Saturday, do all the things that I do. You know, what makes you feel better, hair or nails? I just went and did both, so I didn't have to answer that 50-50 question.
Anybody get their nails done? Their hair done?
I cut my nails.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night, I went out for dinner with some friends, and I was across the street from Sad Man Cafe. So I popped in. I knew they had an event there. And what a great location in Royal Palm Plaza. They're right next to Fat Cats. So it's on the backside of Federal. Morning. And it faces all of Royal Palm Plaza. Great location, cute place. And it's like a speakeasy feel. You go in and there's a little coffee area. And then you go to this back room. It's all dark, bricks, blacked out curtains. And it's kind of like a little speakeasy hidden away. It probably holds about 30 or 40. So I got to do that, see David just for a brief moment. And Sunday kind of did my thing. How was
That
your
was
weekend?
Sunday
That
or
was Saturday night I did that.
Yeah, a little festivity.
Little festive, you know, you
I
had to go
stayed
out.
home.
Oh, so I'm out Saturday night, sitting outside for dinner, and all of a sudden you hear, ba-boom, and everyone freaks out on the patio. In light of the climate that we're living in now with gunshots and war,
What's
you
boom,
hear
boom?
this explosion. Now, it sounds like 2 gunshots is what it sounds like. So my girlfriend out for dinner, she starts to panic and she like hides against the back of the wall. And then everyone starts looking around. It was a fireworks show, but nobody knew it was coming. Apparently the Boca Hotel.
Yeah.
I heard it was, I can't pronounce it, the tree company. Is it Asplund? Anyway, so apparently it was their 95th anniversary party. I was reading that today, but nobody knew. So all of a sudden you hear this boom. Everyone takes cover up. We're in a Jewish community, right? So everyone gets a little nervous. That woman was just stabbed to death. And then you see the fireworks.
Yeah, I
But
was at
once we
the-
could breathe again, it was the most spectacular fireworks show at the Boca Hotel. It was unbelievable. After everyone got over their PTSD of war and saw it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I was at the Irishman. We were watching the semifinals
Oh,
of
right
South
here.
Africa. Yeah, right over there. I was at the Irishman watching the semifinals of England versus South Africa in Rugby World Cup. South Africa won. Congrats to them. Very close game. But we were just outside at nighttime, and I saw the fireworks before I heard it. So I was like, what is going on? And then it was just this huge show because it was so close. And we thought it was either the Boca Hotel Resort because it was either a wedding or something at Meisner Park, but I didn't know much about it.
Nobody
That was
did. And then people were commenting all over all these apps. Like we should have had a warning in light of what's going on. People to hear a noise like that, an explosion. Apparently all the dogs that live in the condos in East Boca were freaking out. It was more than the 4th of July. It was beautiful. But everyone was kind of like, no one could really breathe until they saw the fireworks
Wait, what? I
happening.
just didn't know what it was. I was so
No,
shocked.
we just heard the noise first, and then you saw it was amazing.
My
It was
friend who's
beautiful.
South African was like, that's in celebration for South Africa victory.
Yeah.
He wanted to
Or
think
being
that
your
so
Boca,
badly.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
for the 2 other people that actually are watching the Rugby World Cup and are caring, sure, they're going to set that whole fireworks show. Anyone else watch the Rugby World Cup, or am I the only person?
I think you would be the
Probably
minority
only person.
one.
Yeah, I'm the minority.
How was
here.
the Irishman? Was it cool?
Oh yeah, it was really good. It was all packed because it's the Boca rugby team is sponsored by the Irishmen, and the college rugby team like to go there a lot too. So we always watch the rugby games there. They always have the rugby games.
You put
on
rugby
there.
at school?
Yeah, FAU. It's a rugby club, not like a rugby team.
That's
So
cool.
it's not like NCAA certified, but we have that, and we also we go there a lot to watch the games. They also have the Panthers playing. I couldn't catch the score, but I remember Panthers were playing the Vancouver Canucks and were getting destroyed 3-1.
What's the
And they
Irishman
made
like?
It's got a nice outdoor bar, indoor, very generic. It's not like super fancy, but it's
Good
not
food?
like a dumpy bar. Oh, they have pretty good food. I love the food there. The burgers are pretty good.
I was gonna say you're a foodie. What's the best
Yeah.
thing? The burgers?
Oh, the shepherd's pie is the best there. The
Ever been there?
burgers, if I want a good burger at a bar, I'll go to, Crazy
Crazy
Uncle
Uncle Mike's.
Yeah, that's like my favorite place. But also, Irishman is pretty good. It's relatively cheap, but the shepherd's pie there is...
It's full of college
good.
kids.
It's a college kid's bar, yeah.
It's cheap.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. As he said.
Compared
burgers
to
go?
Crazy Uncle Mike's or anybody else.
Yeah,
As
it's a
burgers go?
college kids bar. It's relatively... So they're not going to obviously make it as fancy. But I remember my South African friend, he had like 6 or 7 whiskey and cokes, or like whiskey and mango juice, pineapple juices, because he was so happy. That was pretty funny. And he's actually going to France in a week to see the finals of the rugby game, South Africa versus New Zealand, I believe it is. And he's going to be there actually watching the finals in Paris, which is super lucky for him. It was like literally, like just getting those last minute tickets are like $500, and then the flight was
But he's going.
$800. Yeah, he's going. He's going with his dad.
Nice.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah,
like
you ever
rugby
been to a
guys.
rugby game?
I'm sitting here trying not to sound uneducated, but I don't even know what rugby looks like.
It's
It's-
like
Is it with the
football.
ball?
It's like American
It's like a
football,
football.
and soccer combined.
It has a football.
That's what I was
looking thing.
thinking. It's a
It's-
football shape, not a soccer ball
It's like a
shape.
rounder, bigger kind of
It's like a
American
balloon.
football. Yeah, sort of like a balloon, and you throw it.
So you can use your hands.
Yeah, you can use your hands. You could kick it too. If you pass with your hands, it has to be behind you. To
It has to be a
behind you.
lateral, yeah.
But if you, but like directly behind. But if you want to pass it forward, it has to be kicked forward. So if someone's gonna catch it, they gotta like run fast.
Do you have to catch it from behind also?
Yeah, you have to catch it from someone in front of you with passing it. Unless he wants to kick it, then he could kick it forward, and you could just run forward and try to catch it.
And you could kick it to the other team. If
It's
you
like
want as
kickball,
Yeah.
soccer, and football all rolled into
well.
one.
And you got to roll
Sort
10,
of.
10 yards to get a first down. Is that the way it works? Or how many downs do you have to get to the end box?
25 meters.
20. And how many? And do you get like a first? You get 4 tries to get there.
No.
You
It's
just keep
just
going?
either if you get tackled, you have to get tackled, and the guy rucks on you, like holds you and seals you. Well, the scrum half is like the quarterback of rugby goes and grabs the ball and passes it to someone else. But while that guy who's rucking is on top of the guy who's tackled, another guy from the opposing team can try to ram him off with your shoulder and push him off and make way for another teammate to go on top and grab that ball. And then that's called a counter ruck, so they get the ball instead. I know you're looking at me like, what am I talking about here?
I
So
don't know.
is there in
Hours
football you get
later.
4 tries to get 10
Yeah.
yards? And in rugby you get
No, it just matters until like a penalty is made or they make a counter ruck, but they're not going to stop for a tackle. It just keeps going.
so unless you do a counter ruck, the other one team has the ball.
yeah. If you ruck,
Ouch.
then you have to seal it and then pass it back. But if they counter ruck, then they get to jump on top of the ball. If they
It's
clear
a
the
violent game.
Yeah, it's pretty violent.
It sounds like I don't know the proper term. I think it's crush the carrier. Remember?
Something like
Yeah,
that.
I know the other name, but I can't. Yeah, but where they just run around until you tackle the guy.
I call it whoever has the ball dies.
It's called tackle the guy with the ball. We play
Tackle
we
the
play
guy
that
with
game.
the ball.
And
Yeah, we play that game a little bit.
in rugby, they don't have pads or a helmet.
You
So
could
I
wear
don't know.
pads if you want.
Yeah, but
And you could wear it's not a helmet, it's called a scrum
yeah, I've
cap.
seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
A scrum cap used to be used in the NFL when they first started. That's where they got the first helmets from.
Is it big in the Northeast?
Like back in New Jersey area.
Is that how you
Yeah,
got
it's
into it?
relatively- No, I got into it when I went down here because I did wrestling in high school, and FAU terminated its wrestling club because of COVID. So I was like, rugby is here. I was like, that'd be pretty
Well,
cool.
rugby's a real tough sport.
Yeah.
Why any tougher than anything else?
Because they don't really want parents.
But also, like, another thing is too, when you're tackling, people are much closer together. It's not like someone from 8 yards away is just running straight at you and tackling you.
All right, hold that
Also,
thought. I think
another-
we got to go to commercial break. More to come. I hear the music she's playing for us.
No, she's just playing noises.
Oh, she's just playing noises?
Yeah.
Never mind then.
It's funny because in rugby, these guys are huge. So there's a team, I think, for the Philippines or from Hawaii, and they do this ritual.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
The haka.
The haka. Oh my God! They intimidate the other team. They're in like formation, and they do this thing, and they're foaming at the mouth. And these guys are over 240 pounds and above of sheer muscle.
I don't know. All I saw is the Eagles are coming out with a Christmas holiday album. Thinking of big guys.
Oh yeah, the three linemen.
The three linemen, yes.
But for the New Zealand, the dance that they did it before a basketball game against Team USA. And if you watch the clip, everyone's face for Team USA is like starstruck. They look so frightened to play them now.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
but I
They're
remember
scary.
even though the USA rugby team got destroyed by New Zealand, they weren't scared at all by the haka. I remember one of the USA players just like laughing back at them, like just mocking their dance. Didn't really work because we got destroyed. But it was
Trust
so
you
great.
me, they were afraid.
Oh,
These
they were
guys,
not afraid. Americans,
these
we don't get
guys,
afraid of anything.
uh-huh.
We'll lose.
Did you
Yeah.
see the Hurricane game?
Yeah,
Apparently, what they won in 2 overtimes, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, they should have lost.
No, they should win.
No, they should have lost.
Dolphins lost, so
That was a good game last night. The Dolphins and the Eagles. They went back and forth. I'm gonna tell you, Hurst makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, I know.
I don't watch the Eagles much, but he is. Some of the things he does is kind of weird. I don't understand some of the plays that he does, and I don't understand the play calling. They play rugby in Philadelphia.
We have a rugby player on the team.
Yeah, they have that
Jordan
squad
Mailata.
thing.
Huh?
The little squad, the push,
Oh,
the tush
no,
push.
the
what is
brotherly
this tush
shove.
push that everyone's talking about?
Oh my
Is
God!
this now like an
It's a
official
rugby
thing?
play,
No, it's a QB sneak, but we have people behind our QB pushing him as well too.
which is not illegal.
Is that allowed?
It is this year. It won't be next year.
I keep hearing now that at first I thought the tush push was like a random thing, and now apparently it's a thing.
It is a thing, but Philadelphia does it better than anybody. Other people have tried. One of the players from Chicago got hurt.
No.
I think he
It was
strained
the
his neck or something.
The Giants tried to do it, and they had their tight end and an offensive lineman get injured during that play.
And now they want to put an end to it. So the Philadelphia's saying why? Because we do it better than everybody else. You can't. That's like when the Green Bay Packers used to run the power sweep with 3 linemen. That was never done before. And Green Bay was the only team that did it. And other people had to catch up. So that's a great play, though. They pick up 2-3 yards on that play, guaranteed. I mean, and the guy from Kelsey's brother, he's underneath there, stumbled on by 3,000 pounds of men on top of him.
It's just a QB sneak. That's literally all it is.
Yeah, but
But-
it hurts.
I went out with Daniel last night to watch the game.
How's
Our
he
military.
doing?
He's doing good. He said he starts his schooling next year.
Georgia?
Yeah.
So what's he doing
He's
this
actually
year?
going to Athens as well too.
Good for him. What's he doing this year? Working?
I think so.
Door dashing or something?
Is it probably? But he's going up to Georgia because that's where all the film industry is in Atlanta. So he's going to be right there.
Have you seen, apparently, since there's still the actor strike, they don't want any of the actors to dress as movie characters for Halloween. Because that would be giving, this is some ridiculous, free promotion to the movies that they're not allowed to promote. And then someone says this morning, but you can't tell my kids they can't dress as Barbie or a superhero. Like, it has to stop at a certain level. You can't tell kids they can't if your parent is an actor. And apparently
You
this
can
whole
try, but it
ridiculous
ain't gonna
thing.
work.
Come on, you're going to tell your kids you can't because there's an actor strike and mommy and daddy are actors?
Like I said, you can try, but it ain't gonna work.
So, I don't know. I think they're just pushing all kinds of
Did
stuff.
you hear the latest? George Clooney came up with a resolution to end the strike, and the actors they wanted to hang him.
Why would he say?
Apparently, he gave in to like 80% of what the other side wanted. He says, "I just want to get back to work. We make plenty of money in this business."
That's because he's probably one of the ones that makes plenty of money. But then I think there's a lot of others that don't make plenty of money.
Well, the actors from my era are either 60, 70, or 80, and they're dying off. And you have to bring in the new breed, okay? And that new breed is going to make the money just like it has been for the last 100 years. So I think that George has a point. I just think it's stupid to have a strike when you're making, you had the haves and you have the have-nots. But the haves used to be have-nots before. And they came up in the business. You know all those mafia movies and everything you watch? If you look at what they did together back in the day, they were nobodies.
Ever wonder why some make it and some don't?
Talent.
But there's a lot of talented people out there that don't make it to that level.
Natural talent in the movies. If they give you lines to read and you read them, that's one talent. If they give you lines for you to read them and you don't read them, you just ad-lib them because it's who you are personality-wise, that's acting. And those are the guys that get the big bucks.
It's interesting. There's a new miniseries coming out. I think it's from a book, The Light from Within. And I think it's a Holocaust based. And the star of it is either low vision or blind, and she lost her sight as a young girl. And she applied for this. She auditioned like from her house or something. She sent in this blind audition, hundreds and hundreds of people, and she got it. She had never acted before. She was told, you will never act, you're blind, you will never make it big. And she said she knew in her heart this was the movie for her. This was the miniseries, and she got the part. And she'd never done it before.
Raw talent.
And all the raw talent, all the naysayers and everything. It's a miniseries coming out on Netflix next month about the Holocaust.
They told Lady Gaga she would never amount to anything, and then they told her she couldn't sing, and then they told her she wasn't pretty enough to be on stage, and then they
So
told
that's
her
what I'm saying. So
she
there's a
couldn't
lot
act.
of talent. Who makes it? Who doesn't?
If you give anybody a shot, and they take that shot seriously, everybody has the equal. But you gotta be given the shot.
It's interesting. All right, let's take a commercial
That's
break.
why I should be on TV. Give me a shot.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, where's the dividing line on who gets in and who doesn't get
I'm
in,
not good enough.
or they just don't know you?
Nah, I'm not good enough.
Maybe they just
Which
haven't
is
found
okay.
you
I don't have
yet.
a problem with that. I don't have a problem being saying I'm not good enough. That's okay.
It's gotta find you. All right, more to come on the other side of this commercial break. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
I'm lost.
The easiest way to sell your home is to call the number on your screen right now. We'll buy any home in any condition. And the more it's worth, the more you can get. Plus, no real estate fees or commissions means more money in your pocket. And no fix-up costs either. Sell any home in any condition, sometimes within days. Sell your home fast. Call right now for absolutely free information. Don't call a plumber, don't call an electrician. Call right now and for as low as $1 a day. Many things that run your house are covered with thousands of technicians all over America. You can call us with a plumbing problem, an electrical problem, and we'll be in your home in no time at all with a solution to fix it. You don't need an expensive repair bill and you don't need to buy new expensive appliances. We'll show you how to fix it for about $1 a day.
If you have diabetes, would you like to eliminate painful finger sticks? Are you injecting insulin multiple times per day? Then you may qualify for a continuous glucose monitor. CGMs monitor blood sugar using a small patch placed on your upper arm or abdomen, and they use your smartphone to accurately monitor your blood sugar levels. Stop pricking and start scanning. Plus, CGMs are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. They can be shipped free of charge to your door. Call today to see if you qualify.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-485-8801. 800-485-8801. That's 800-485-8801.
Nobody likes to prick their fingers. If you are a diabetic using insulin like many of us, the worst part of your day is sticking your fingers to draw blood. Now you don't have to do it anymore. You can get a new continuous glucose monitor. As long as you check your blood sugar and inject insulin, it may be covered by your insurance. Call us and we'll let you know if you are covered, and send one at little or no cost to you with free shipping. Stop freaking your fingers. Call right now for your new continuous glucose monitor.
Introducing the Price is Right Home Sweepstakes. You could win the same kind of cash and prizes you see on the TV show. Just call this number right now. And when you call, ask about these amazing offers from our sponsors. Low Cost Airlines offers fares too low to advertise that you can't find anywhere else. You can save hundreds on your next flight with Low Cost Airlines. US Med is your one-stop resource for diabetic supplies. And if you have Medicare, you could get them at little to no out-of-pocket cost. US Med. MedGuard Alert's unique medical technology provides immediate help to seniors with the touch of one button. And you could get your device for free. MedGuard Alert. The United Breast Cancer Foundation can use the donation of your old car, truck, or van to help those fighting breast cancer. Pickup is free and you'll get a tax exemption. Call now to enter the Price is Right Home Sweepstakes. Win thousands in cash and prizes and learn more about these great offers.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
We gotta just go in and change it.
So we just got breaking news that the oldest dog ever alive, 31 years of age, has just kicked the bucket.
I saw that there was a woman, we talked about this, 101, 110. She broke the Guinness Book for flying out of a plane, skydiving. So there was a great, you know who Juliana Margulies is?
Absolutely not.
So she was on ER, and she is one of the headliners in the morning show. And her character, I'm watching, they're going through COVID in the morning shows with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. You've seen it, Royce, right? Yeah. So I'm watching it because I'm finally caught up to season 3, and her character has a cross and an ankh. And I looked at it, I thought, that's interesting that they're actually doing, I didn't even think twice about it, that they're actually giving the characters now a religious identity. And I didn't think anything of it, but apparently she did an interview with Variety last week about this, and she is Jewish. And she said she never even thought about it. It was during COVID, and Wardrobe put on a cross and put on an ankh and said to her, you know, because you are a reporter in this, maybe you picked up these pieces along your travels. And she thought, okay. And then she went into a whole another side of what she's doing. She's doing Holocaust education in New York, because what she's finding is it's not that people mean to be anti-Semitic. A lot of these kids are just not educated, because only 19 of our 50 states educate on Holocaust education. So she's creating a platform with the ADL and the Jewish organizations about Holocaust education. And she said she now regrets wearing the cross, because she said, why didn't she think of either saying, no, I'm not going to wear anything, I'm not going to define my character as a religion, or why didn't I say I should have put on a Star of David? She said, because now she's getting a lot of backlash and questions as to why are you wearing it? And she said that she is just, as an actor, you should think more about all the pieces that go into it instead of just accepting what they give you for a wardrobe and what they tell you it is. It should be who you believe it is. It was an interesting interview. Did you see it?
Yeah, I read that.
But I didn't even realize she was Jewish.
So let me get this right. If you gave me a Star of David and I'm not Jewish, I'm not allowed to wear it?
It's not a matter of being allowed to. She said as a Jewish actor, she probably should have thought it through and said her character, her last name as the role is Peterson. She said she could be a Jewish person in this role. She didn't think twice about it, and she said that she thinks that's a lot of what's going on, is people don't think about other religions. They're just acting and they're taking it for granted, and we're not educating the public enough onto things. So her platform is just education.
I got my own thoughts on that whole thing, but I'll keep that to myself.
It was interesting.
There's too much hate. Have you seen, there's a new special coming on, how the internet is one of the reasons hate is growing leaps and bounds.
Well, that's not a surprise.
But they
think about it. You guys scroll all the time. Chelsea's scrolling all the time. I told her to get off, because the news, I guess you could turn off social media also, but you have to actively not look, or it's actively in front of you.
You gotta actively.
Right, you could turn on a game show and know a hate thing isn't going to come on TV. But if you're scrolling through social media, you don't know what's going to pop up.
Well, it's something of hate you watch, right? And then you could say I'm learning, or you could say I'm learning hate, or I'm learning the opposite of hate, which is whatever. And the problem is that there are too many choices nowadays, and not enough education, and you got a vat of hate. But there's a special that's going to be aired, I think it's tonight or tomorrow night, about how the internet has blossomed to educate, and a lot of people are using it in the wrong sense to educate hate.
I think we actually have some Monday morning show things I'm just thinking that Chelsea put on the board on our lighter note of what we do in the studio.
I don't know if we've got to put it on there.
I don't know. There might be a folder, so, or if not, she put it in. I don't know. How was everyone's weekend?
Great.
You did your whole rugby thing.
Yeah.
Football for you?
2 footballs.
2 footballs.
Went to the tailgate.
I found it.
What's that, Royce?
Found it?
Yep.
I wonder if Grace is okay.
What
I
happened?
haven't heard from her.
We haven't heard from Grace. Is she off the tailgating?
I'll say Nikki got some interesting Snapchats from her at like 1:40, and the game was at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I saw that. She put it on the chat at 1:40 in the morning.
Grace did?
Grace, yeah.
No, not 1:40 in the morning. 1:40 in the afternoon, just like
I have
around
one-
lunchtime.
I have 1:40 in the morning.
What'd you find, Gretchen?
Okay, I'll put it on.
Bum.
Manifestation Mondays.
Interesting. Slow progress is better than no progress. Stay positive and never give up. You believe that's true?
Yeah, there's a difference between motivation and consistency. I mean, you can be motivated one day, but as long as you're consistent, then you'll see a gradual rise.
Facts right there. Major
Interesting.
facts.
Yeah?
Yeah. Motivation really isn't. Okay. Sorry. Motivation really isn't jack like, value. It's all about discipline. Like discipline is what keeps you motivated all the time. Like motivation comes and goes. Like discipline makes you don't really want to do this, but you kind of got to.
So even if you're not motivated, you got to be consistent. You got to keep
discipline
going.
over. I agree with that. There's another quote with that. Discipline over motivation always succeeds. Discipline over motivation.
Andrea, what do you think?
No, I agree.
You agree? Antonio?
Yeah. Consistency, slowly building to accomplish a goal or something that you have.
Ever get frustrated that some things take so long to get to where you want to get to?
Yes.
What's harder, to be consistent or to be good?
Consistently good.
Consistent.
What's harder, to be consistent or to be good?
Consistency is the hardest thing. And I feel like that's because, you need to take breaks every once in a while. And I feel like these days with like this whole hustle culture, it's really hard for people to remember that taking breaks is really, really important for their own betterment as a person.
Because you could be good one day and then you fall off one day and you're not consistent. So
It's funny, I always thought that you were in control of being good or bad, and you had no control of being consistent because you listen to the outside world more than you do to yourself.
So I was reading an article about that actually. I guess there's a famous football player and he's deaf. And he's one of the only 3 deaf
I see
players.
still playing. I know who you're talking about. Is he still playing though?
I don't know if
Yes,
he
he
does
was
or not.
deaf.
And he was told you will never make it in Major
They made
League
a
Sports
movie. They made
because
a
you're
movie.
deaf.
Yeah.
And he said the best thing about being deaf is he couldn't hear them. He said, so you don't hear the noise, you do what you got to do in your head, and you keep on going. And he said he was apparently told he couldn't do it. Made me think what you just said. So if you shut out the outside noise, can you be consistent and consistently good?
And he had to do everything consistently because there was no room for error. So if he had a block, he had a block. If he had to run a route, he had to run that route. Because when he turned around, the ball was meeting him there. And he didn't listen to any outside noise.
So can you imagine if actually we didn't listen to any outside noise, would we be better? Would we
you
be more consistent? I don't know. Would we be?
No, I think consistency is just practice. That's all it is. Because as a musician, you got to practice at least an hour to 2 a day to keep your rhythm or to get a gradual increase of your skill and talent. As an artist, you have to practice every single day to draw the hands, draw perspective, all that sort of stuff.
Well, what happens if somebody on the outside world says you stink? Do you stop? Do you try harder? Do you change your angle? What do you do? If they scream at you hard enough that you shouldn't do something, does it push you to do it harder?
No, you just laugh at them. I don't know.
And keep going?
I'm all right.
But can you do that? Your DNA is strong enough to handle that?
Yeah, I definitely feel like what I definitely do is like maybe a combination. Like I do care about like how other people think of me, even though I pretend I don't. I kind of do. And if someone tells me that, I would still mostly try it, but I'd try to see their perspective of why, if I'm doing is legitimately in the wrong, or if I'm just doing it because I care about it, or if I'm doing it because I just want to prove something instead of actually making myself be the better person. So it definitely has like I definitely have multiple views on that.
Well, right,
but
you want to prove somebody wrong, or you do
Yeah.
it because you can do it.
Yeah. Hold on. One thing I saw was don't judge yourself based off others. Judge yourself based off who you were yesterday.
That would take a lot of the noise out.
If somebody tells me something like you can't do this, it's affect me in opposite way.
Makes you work harder?
Yeah, makes me work harder, and I feel like I have to tell that person that I can do this, so I work hard.
Now, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Probably a journalist.
Well, what if the guy, a famous journalist or somebody from the New York Times tells you, you ain't never going to make it in this business, look for something else? What about if the criticism comes from somebody in the field that you want to accomplish? Does that make a difference?
I would definitely try to see and like just ask, why is it you don't feel like that? Because they're either being like, you know, just cruel. They would not want to tell me, and they're just doing it.
So
to
then
be
why
mean.
do you need to know why?
Well, because I want to do better, and I always care about how other people think of me, and I do kind of find it like a big part of my persona of being seen as positive, even though like it's probably not the best thing. I kind of do have it,
you know.
And I always I'll let you speak in a second. It's just I do. I do take a lot of part in my career, or like, you know, I'm published on the university press. I have that on my resume.
See, but you're defending your credentials. That's not what I'm asking you. You know, when I was coaching football and I was on the sideline, the other sideline always said that they were better than me. The other side always said that they were dominating more than me, that they were smarter than me. But what are they going to say? They're going to say, oh, you win. No. Everybody in life is going to throw a challenge at you. And if you defend yourself against what they're saying, then you're making them right.
So how should I react if someone tells me?
You're entitled to your opinion, but that's none of my business. That's it. Move on. You see, the hardest thing about being consistent is that believing yourself consistently. That's the hardest thing. Because you can always be better. You can always play better. You can always act better. And by better is, like Josh just said, be the better you today than you were yesterday. But you're putting too much credence into what somebody's telling you. You're looking at your background and you're defending yourself. And I wrote this and I did this and I did this and I did this. Forget about all that noise. Because the more energy you spend defending yourself, the more it's taken away from your tomorrow. What you should be doing.
That's
not what
valid.
he thinks you shouldn't be doing.
That's very valid.
People's opinion of you is none of your business. They are entitled to it. They're going to judge you by the color of your skin, whether you're in a wheelchair, whether you're a female, whether you're smarter than the next guy, and they got to slow you down. You know, sometimes you intimidate people when you walk into a room because you know this better. You know it better than everybody else. And they don't want you to know it better because it makes them feel smaller. So your hardest line is to have balance, keep growing, and don't listen to the noise.
How about you, Amazon? What? You listen to the noise?
Yes, you do.
I do, but I know.
Yes, you do. You're better at it now. You're more confident. You know how I can tell you're more confident? You've changed your style. You're stylish now.
This is my style, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting.
You wear new shoes?
She got new everything going on right now. She's making a statement.
I think you have to learn how, if someone criticizes you, to maybe take some of that criticism to maybe improve on your own style. Like Freddie, like I don't know, like a popular radio production or like what's a company name that's like really,
iHeart?
iHeart. If the CEO of iHeart came in here right now and said, Fred, I think you could change this, this, and this, and you could help yourself more, become more successful, I don't know.
I would say thank you, but your opinion is none of my business. I was in iHeart.
Yeah.
And I did iHeart with her. And I did it for 2.5 years. And I'm going to tell you, they're a bigger mess than me. They have more issues. You see, the problem is, if somebody's going to criticize you, you can't live in a glass house. Because you got to be perfect. You see Deion Sanders? I got to tell you, there's a lot of things you can say about Deion. He's this, he's that, he's this, but I get his point. I know what he's trying to do. And Dion has made mistakes. A lot of them. A lot of mistakes. But Dion is Dion. But don't worry about this. See, what happens to me cannot happen to you. You can be better than me, which is what I'm hoping for. See, I want you to be better. I don't want to put you down. And I don't want anybody to tell you that. But you got to use these for you, not for anybody else. Learn what's in your heart. Go after what you want. Improve on what you can improve. Improve your weaknesses and implore your strengths. And then the hardest trick, the part that nobody remembers to do, every day, once a day, find somebody you don't know and say, hey, you're looking good today. You're having a great day. Thank you for being around me. Or whatever. It's a compliment. Place it forward. What do we always say? It always goes from the...
Extension from the elbow.
From the elbow. Extend. And watch what happens to your life. And you ain't got to believe me. But I'm going to tell you, I'm the oldest one in this room. I've seen it. Try it. And maybe that will change things for you. Maybe somebody else's persona will open up about you. Maybe those that are negative towards you are the ones that you have to extend further. Don't fight back. Don't confront fear. Don't confront fear. Don't challenge fear. Confront it.
Interesting. So that was part of that article about the deaf football player is...
I saw the movie.
You keep your ears closed and don't respond if someone insults you. Do you say something back or don't you? Because our inclination is to defend ourselves, and if someone insults you, you want to throw like a bigger jab back at them. So this article I was reading said, don't do it. Stay within yourself and do what you need to do to better yourself. Which in theory sounds angelic and magical, right? But is that what you're supposed to do, or can you do it?
Remember that time that I was at Walmart and the guy took his cart and he jammed it into Linda standing in the line. And he was with his son. This guy was about 6 from forever. And I said to him, Papa, take it easy. And the guy breaks loose on me. And he's screaming at me and he's spitting at me and blah, blah, blah. That the lady from Walmart, the cashier, she stepped away. Another woman dropped her money on the floor. And he had this little boy with him. And I went and took some bubble gum from the thing and I got down on one knee and I said to him, you want some gum? You want? Don't give my son nothing. And he looked at me. I said, do you want something? Because I came to the realization that to fight with this guy in front of his son, I was doing his son an injustice. He probably would have killed me anyway, but that wasn't the point. And the cops came. That's the time I bought that hat like Josh wears on Friday.
Where is your hat?
I have it. I put it on a mantle because it has a different significance.
You're so funny because your things have, like, you don't open bottles of wine, you don't use mugs, you buy hats, and they just, it's like the shrine to things.
Because it has a significance to it. It has meaning to me. You know, one day somebody in here will be at the movies and I'll buy a soda and I'll keep that cup around for a long time, put the date on the bottom of it.
Really? Anyone else do that?
I do that.
Souvenirs, mementos?
I do that, yeah. Until one day when you guys are doing your thing, you're in a band on stage at Madison Square Garden. You kidding me? It's like when the kid from the Phillies, what's his name?
Mata.
I have a picture of him and the team that won that year. I'll treasure that forever.
Interesting. So what do you guys do? If someone says something, do you walk away? Do you say something back?
Do you fight?
Actually, it's matter who tells them. Like,
okay.
If I know somebody and she or he tells me something, I will fight back. If I don't like it, I will fight back. If somebody that don't know me, I won't tell him or her who I am, and I will go away.
Interesting. Let's see who's at the door.
It's probably about 10:30. Good morning. Good morning.
Why does our door do that, by the way?
Somebody programmed that. We'll be with you in a second. We just finished up the morning show.
Interesting. All right, let's take a commercial break. Depends who it is. More to come. We'll be right back.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt?
on
The
Monday.
Brooklyn Cafe has
No,
you
that
covered.
was Bonnie.
We have a
She's from
variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
If you have diabetes, would you like to eliminate painful finger sticks? Are you injecting insulin multiple times per day? Then you may qualify for a continuous glucose monitor. CGMs monitor blood sugar using a small patch placed on your upper arm or abdomen, and they use your smartphone to accurately monitor your blood sugar levels. Stop pricking and start scanning. Plus, CGMs are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. They can be shipped free of charge to your door. Call today to see if you qualify.
Give me the mozzarella. 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 Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-485-8801. 800-485-8801. That's 800-485-8801.
You are cheap. No, I'm not. You are cheap. No, I'm not. You are cheap. No, I'm not. You are cheap. Well, maybe I am.
If you're buying a diamond ring for your wife, it's not cool to be cheap. If you're buying airline tickets, oh, it's very cool to be cheap and called Trip Amigo, where you can fly anywhere in the world and save up to 75% on over 500 airlines and 300,000 hotels. Plus, rental cars and vacation packages. Visit family, friends, or go on a once-in-a-lifetime vacation. Go ahead, be cheap. We have special fares we're not allowed to publish. When you book your airline reservations with Trip Amigo, you'll spend your travel money when you get there, not by getting there. Call Trip Amigo now and mention the travel code AMIGO and save even more. Call Trip Amigo now.
701-581-9604. 701-581-9604. 701-581-9604. That's 701-581-9604.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And we are back.
All right, what else we got for today? Call Me Zena's coming up today on our midday show, and then her show's coming up. Aldo, the movie.
Oh, did you see over the weekend? We actually sold some tickets to our December 1st
True Rumors concert.
That's going to be a saver. True Rumors. You can go to Eventbrite or you can go to events.m2.tv. Either one will service you to get your tickets.
We're going to put a flyer together for that. I'm going to be putting that out, and we're going to print them out and put some promotional pieces out. We're going to be working with Bonnie Posh on Posh Productions to promote that event down in Fort Lauderdale next month. So we just got, I think we have one, Josh. We have to just, I think, add a couple things to it, like where people buy tickets, maybe a QR code or something, and work on that. It's on Eventbrite as well.
I spoke to the movies, and they started to play the trailer for JC.
Anyone see the new movies out? The one with Martin Scorsese and
no.
They say it's
True Moon, something Moon, Flower Moon.
Apparently, they say it is going to be changing movie history on the information that people are putting out. It would be nice.
I don't know. I saw the trailers a few times. I wasn't very.
Really? I thought it looked interesting.
I didn't think.
I couldn't believe you didn't go.
DiCaprio one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. 7.
I couldn't believe you didn't go to the movies this weekend.
No, I wasn't up to it.
That I got to tell you. I don't know what else is happening. When are we bringing back Bird Talk? Soon.
Why? It's already halfway through the season.
We got to bring something back.
Yeah.
You and
The
Antonio
Hangout.
could do sports or the Hangout or something.
You could do Bird Talk within the Hangout, you know.
I was gonna change it up again.
We should do it.
Do the Hangout and put sub stuff.
And Andre and Gretchen, you guys will be putting out a show as well. This one I know is doing a men's mental health show.
Yeah, yeah, I've been trying to get that together. I already started kind of plotting out some. It's okay, I can say it. I already started plotting out some ideas and like outlines around it, and certain people who I know on campus that are also interested in that subject that would want to come out. It's just also between this and also partially doing the good news report in U Press and in classes. I'm like
Got a lot going on.
Yeah, I got a lot going on.
It's got-
and I'm,
you know-
and I'm moving out in November 1st. So
Where are you
like,
going?
Well, just another place in Boca with some roommates out of my parents.
Nice.
You could do the Hangout and do every 20 minutes put in another segment. So you could do one segment, two segment. I think somebody here has something that they're working together. That's 3 segments. You could do.
Gretchen.
You could segmentize the show and put it under the flag until they're ready to go off on their own. Everybody's like, except for him, they're afraid of the mic and the cameras.
Amazon's not, because I got to tell you, the show you did with Baxton, I hadn't seen it the first time. Then I see how you shoot it and then the after.
It was
Amazing
hilarious.
in production. Like, that's truly production, which is very cool. Did you have fun?
She came out sweating. She says, "Man, it's hot down." And she
That was
put
very
thing
cool,
over her
though.
head.
So we put that out over the weekend on Creative Kitchen. I'm not sure, because he says one thing and then he calls it another, so I'm really not quite sure the name of the show. But Creator's Kitchen or Creative Kitchen. Anyway, it was on
It said Creative Kitchen.
Carmel
No, it's
Moose.
Creators?
I do not know. It's Baxton.
All I know is that stuff is slippery and slimy.
That stuff was on everything. All right, so we'll see what else is going on. So tune into our midday show. We've got some great guests joining us, some new shows, some new opportunities. We're rolling into, we're into the last quarter. So more to come with Pamela Chanel David and that as well, and growing your business and being fluid. Forget
She's on
pivoting.
today?
No, Thursday. We got to be fluid.
We also have
Consistency.
We got a couple of interviews, some new people from Tampa. We got Fleetwood Mac coming in this week to interview as well. We got a lot of little bits and pieces here and there.
I'm going to put that piece together, Royce. Also, what nice to be able to interview the animators from ESPN that did the first animated football game. That is pretty exciting. Nice job on that. All right, more to come. Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other, and we will see you in a little bit.
So don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.